During Advent, we are waiting. We are waiting to celebrate Jesus' birth. We wait expectantly. We wait in anticipation. We wait in hope. I know this is Advent, but it reminds me of one Lent when I decided that I'd listen to the whole Bible in the run-up to Easter. That was 2 hours of listening to the Bible a day. Listening to that much of the Old Testament day after day was much harder than I thought. It was quite bleak. I became more and more desperate for Jesus to turn up. Which is kind of the point, isn't it? As the prophet Micah says, "But as for me, I watch in hope for the Lord. I wait for God, my Saviour." God's people were waiting in hope, waiting for the promised Messiah. In the waiting, hope is on hold. It's a common occurrence in the Bible. Abraham waited for a son so he could be a father to a great nation. Joseph waited for his dreams to come true. The Israelites waited to enter the promised land, and then they waited for the Messiah to come. When the clouds of despair roll in, we must remember that the stars are still there. We just can't see them. In the waiting, we have choices to make. Do we wait in hope? Do we interpret the despair we see around us through the lens of our future hope? Does our hope-filled vision of the future spur us to action in the present? Does our hope about what's possible or what could be activate us, or does it cause us to passively wait? One of the bleakest periods of God's people recorded in the Old Testament was when they were exiled. They were living in a city that was not their own, a city where they did not belong. They were waiting. They were hoping that one day they could return home, that one day the promised Messiah would come. That's the context for the prophet Jeremiah's words. "Seek the peace and prosperity of the city to which I have carried you into exile. Pray to the Lord for it, because if it prospers, you too will prosper." In their waiting, God's people were to proactively and prayerfully seek the peace and prosperity of the city where they found themselves. At Viva, we are motivated by our God-given hope for the future. As we wait in hope, we proactively and prayerfully seek the peace and prosperity of children in cities around the world.